What's up? Hello everyone. Welcome to this review of this 40K game. Now, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am running a top-of-the-line computer, and the cutscene here is full of graphical errors. I wish that your eyes were deceiving you. This is Warhammer 40K Kill Team. It is never good when I start your game.
User entered your channel.
And the graphical errors abound at the very start. It's simply not good. But it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't just stop there. See, a moment ago, I was just sitting here doing all the prep work that I would normally do to do a review, and the game started playing itself and freaked me the fuck out. Because when it started playing itself, and then I pressed a button, suddenly in the middle of its own playthrough, I was now playing. What the fuck? However, let's attempt to get started. And you guys have heard the music. I'm cutting it off just in case some of it comes up as copyrighted. Apparently I am still on TeamSpeak. I apologize. Sure. You guys would like to see some gameplay. I would like to provide said gameplay. And as you can see, there is no tactical marine. Doesn't exist. Okay. Let's try the heavy bolter. And you can select your chapter, which does nothing for the game itself other than change what you look like. And oddly enough, you see the second player join sitting right there. This is an Xbox port. And it shows hard that it is an Xbox port. There are constantly commands coming up telling me to press buttons on an Xbox controller. I don't own an Xbox. Uh-huh. Alright.
Will not stop until we contaminate and overload their chem generator. Proceed down.
Why does the chem generator determine what the ship does?
Destroy the door seals.
Done. I have no control over the camera,
Forward to the chem generator chamber.
which we are going to see is an issue.
For the greenskins.
Just running down a tunnel, mindlessly spraying ammo with the press start for second player button up in the upper right hand corner like it's an arcade game. Heavy bolter fires in controlled bursts whether I want it to or not. Actually, to be quite honest, the Assault Marine actually has a more consistent accuracy and will continuously fire his plasma pistol. I'm not quite sure what's up with the close-ups. Nor the massive slowdown that looks like the frame rate just went through the floor instead of slow motion. But that's there.
No fear. Health restored.
Shut them down. This is the game. I'm literally just moving, dodging, and pressing the left mouse button.
Destroy the door seals to open the portal. Here is the
By the way,
generator, the cruiser's primary source of power. You must first proceed to the control room to gain access to the chem generator waste chamber.
wasn't aware orc cruisers were powered by chemicals.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire on a heavy bolter. I thought I already had that. This is a heavy bolter, right? Not a very accurate heavy bolter, but it is a heavy bolter, right? That's cute. Really hard to aim in a three-dimensional space with a 2D aimer. Just saying. Special ability. What does this do? Oh, I just fire continuously. Okay. Well, they're dead. This is... I don't mean to be biased. I don't mean to be prejudiced. I am showing you guys the first level. I'm on like the 5th level. But I'm showing you the first level. Just to show you what you're really kind of just getting into. As you can see, the camera is completely fixed. I have no control over this. I can only pick up one of these power-ups at a time.
Health restore.
Despite the fact there's a boatload of them laying on the ground. Hello, grenades.
Frag grenades.
Now it shows me this button icon. On the Xbox, I'm informed this is the right shoulder button. Here it's spacebar. I have done my research. This is an Xbox port. It is a very poor port. As you can clearly see, it is still having issues just reacting with my modern machine. Frame rate slowdowns, graphical glitches abound. There are times the graphics actually completely glitched out on me. And I've just had a giant green screen. But... I mean, this is the camera angle I'm given. As you can see, there are clearly orcs able to sneak up on my left side of my screen here from behind this engine, but I can't see them until they're almost on top of me. Matter of fact, I'm being shot at by one of them. I can't even see him. Again, really hard to aim in a three-dimensional space with a 2D aimer. And even with the Assault Marine, by the way, you use your ranged attack so much more than you use your melee attack. I quickly discovered with the Assault Marine that his jetpack was actually completely useless. And now we're about to see a bug with the camera. Yep. It's that kind of camera. An old school Resident Evil 1 kind of camera. You know, when bad camera angles are just there to frustrate us. And this is what we got. So, you've now gotten the entire gist of the game. There are no level bosses, by the way. There just aren't. But this is what you do for the entire game. You face various Xenos. There are Tyranids. There are Eldar. They don't really function much differently than the Orcs. You are basically a nearly invulnerable Space Marine. Wasn't aware a heavy bolter couldn't fire across the room in a spaceship. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I found the maximum range. I think that describes this game in a nutshell. I mean, the Orcs at least sound like Orcs. The Space Marines do sound like Space Marines. I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. The voice acting isn't bad. Just the gameplay, I mean, this does not warrant a game for a PC game. There are better versions of playing Space Marines. I would hesitate to say that I might actually have more fun playing Eternal Crusade if I had some NPCs to shoot at. But this is actually just kind of boring. I'm being directly honest. I am bored. It's pretty generic. There aren't a lot of redeeming qualities. And as you can see, for the most part, the enemies aren't an actual threat. And I can't argue or fathom that one. So, yeah, I'm actually going to be ending this review here by getting killed. I'm just going to charge forward, see if I can just avoid actually killing any of the enemies, and get through the level. Apparently I cannot, because the door's not going to let me through. Apparently I found a new strategy that seems to work even better than mowing them down one at a time.
This is your objective, the chem waste. Fight your way up to the gantry, open the valves. We'll drown the generator in its own filth.
I thought I was supposed to destroy the generator by shooting it. Now you're telling me I have to operate Xenos tech. This is how little of a threat the enemies are to me. Oh, I'm dead now. Yeah. I don't see the point in this. Like, I get that some people may get some enjoyment out of it, and I'm trying to give it to those people. I've basically played through as the Vanguard, as the Assault Marine, and found that, oh yeah, your jetpack is pretty much useless. By the way, if I hit escape now, it takes me back to the title, cutscene, and the title screen. It doesn't actually take me out of the game. To exit the game, i.e. exit this, I have to actually go down here. So I'm going to give you guys some real thoughts on this. If I was looking at a 5-6-year-old and I just wanted to give them something that was 40K to play. If I was looking at someone under the age of 10, which, by the way, I don't recommend necessarily playing violent video games, but, you know, if they were into 40K and I wanted to give them something 40K to play, I'd give them this, because at least it would be enough of a challenge to keep them busy, and would not be so much of a challenge they couldn't complete it on their own. But otherwise, it's boring. It's a corridor shooter. It feels like a rail shooter with Space Marines. There's no real challenge or entertainment value to this. I literally just run around slaughtering orcs as long as I fucking want to. I don't know what to say here. It's just... It's a game that delivers what it promises, but what it promises is not worth your time. Really, it's just not. I can't give an endorsement to this one, and especially with all of the Xbox overlay still on the PC version. That just makes it so much worse. I mean, that really just makes it so much worse. But what makes it silly is that your kill team is basically assaulting the same orcish cruiser all the way through the entire game. It's the same orcish, it's supposed to be the same ship. That is one big fucking orcish cruiser if it takes that long for a squad of Space Marines to traverse the entire thing. More importantly, I doubt a squad of Space Marines would be capable of traversing the entire thing before they were laid low, simply because orcs fight back. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. And it may have low requirements. Here's my biggest gripe. It has low requirements, but if you exceed those low requirements by a lot, suddenly you start having glitches and errors because your high-end machine is too high-end for this game. Which made me scratch my head. I began to question if the Xbox One was not as advanced as was that, you know, primitive of a machine, and I don't think it is. I honestly don't think it is. No offense to Xbox users, it just made me question that for a little bit until I went and realized that the port was just done poorly. So this is definitely one on the skip list. And with the multiplayer being basically local, mostly local, you need someone else here. Who plays multiplayer local on a computer? What? I'm confused. Yeah, the multiplayer is local only. That was the big thing. I can't recommend this one. So that's the entire review. I'm kind of done here. I've given you guys real thoughts. I've shown you the gameplay. I've done my best to show the game off in the best light I could find, and I find it very lacking. If this review helped you, you liked it, or you just had a good time, hit the like button. Come check out my channel over, I play video games. This is what I do. And if you would like to see more stuff by Remlaze, you can subscribe to him here too. I'll be back next week with another Warhammer 40K game. Next week, I believe, is Storm of Vengeance. Yeah, we're getting we got all the good 40K games out of the way recently. Now we're getting all the bad ones. Get ready. I may turn this into I may turn next week into a parody review just to entertain you a bit more. If you want to see the previous review, I think Remlaze might have linked it here. And if you'd like to support the channel, if you like to support Remlaze, which I do, I suggest you guys do too, then please go to his Patreon, drop $1. Guy doesn't have a job right now. This is his only source of income. If you guys don't support him, then he's not going to keep being able to put out as much theory as he does. And that's my heartfelt speech. I'm done. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you all later. And I'll see you guys all in our new series. In the meantime, for my house, here's Fiaura, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone.